Welcome, Children of the Night, back to another episode of the Infernal Archive. On this episode, we'll be watching the 1986 film From Beyond. Andrew, could you read to us from the Wikipedia scroll of Doom?
Indeed. From Beyond is a 1986 science fiction body horror film directed by Stuart Gordon, loosely based on the short story of the same name by H.P. Lovecraft. A group of scientists have developed the Resonator, a machine which allows whoever is within range to see beyond normal perceptible reality. But when the experiment succeeds, they are immediately attacked by terrible life forms.
Now, I do find that intriguing. Recently, as recently as 2 months ago, I think, I watched the original Flatliners with Kiefer Sutherland and Kevin Bacon, and what a banger of a fucking movie. It actually got me on this whole watching medical horror adjacent films that I really enjoy. But anyways, the idea of playing with perception to unlock the secrets of the mind, I really enjoy. Also, we were kind of talking smack about H.P. Lovecraft adaptations on the Void review, saying that there's not a lot of good ones.
Maybe this is the one that we haven't seen that is really good.
Really good, maybe. I'm a little worried by the loose adaptation thing. They always want to do loose adaptations. Like, can we do like a not loose adaptation?
But I mean, how do you visually represent something that's, like we've said this before, but how do you visually represent something that is described as so horrible I can't describe it with words?
Well, that's do whatever you want. Do your own take on it, but I mean the events of the tale. Portray the events of the tale. I don't know why it's always got to be like, it's Mountains of Madness, but it's on a space station. It's like, why just do it? It's just in the thing. Like, why do we got to do it? Why do we got to do that? Don't do that. I don't know if that does that. I don't think I've ever read From Beyond, to be fair. But yeah, just come on. Why? Why do we do loose adaptations? I don't understand.
But we'll find out.
We will find out. We will give you our thoughts when we're back.
Death has come to your little town, Sheriff. You can either ignore it, or you can help me to stop it.
And welcome back, Children of the Night. We just finished watching From Beyond from 1986. What a crazy fucking movie. Andrew, what did you think?
I was at first a little bit convinced that maybe our producer had slipped some acid into our water before we started watching this film. Because I've never seen anything quite like it. And I don't know if I mean that in a good or bad way.
Yeah, it's
really
so interesting because like some of the films we've watched this season, Black Phone 2 is just the one that kind of comes to my mind now. It was bad and it like made you angry that it was bad. Like it's like bad in shitty ways. Whereas like this film, it's not a good film, but it's wildly entertaining. Like
it's wildly entertaining in the similar way to me that Leprechaun 4 in space is entertaining.
Yeah,
where it's like the decisions, like it at no point could you be predicting what was going to happen next.
No,
and some of the body horror and prosthetics and stuff were very well done for the time, especially.
Yeah,
and very like the weird fucking penis things that they came out of their foreheads ultimately were like horrifying, like awful to look at.
It's interesting. Like there was a practical effect that I saw in this film that I just personally have never seen it. It's probably been done, but it's like it was like they were trying to simulate a swarm of flies.
Oh yeah,
and it was done totally
well
practically, and it was just like this looks better than a lot of like CGI swarm flies, like way better. Like I'm like they should try this shit again in a film, and I don't know, see if they can get it looking a little bit. Because if it was just a little bit better, it would be very good. Like I actually, it was a little more visceral than seeing like CGI flies. I quite like that effect. I don't know. Like there are things about this movie I would say that are like kind of like when I say objectively bad, it just like one aspect of the film that felt a little shoehorned in is how like psychosexual, like how sexy this movie was, felt a little
very
too, like,
out of place, like and uncomfortable.
Okay.
The scene where she is like molesting the I don't know. I generally don't know another term that's more appropriate. She molested him.
He did. He was sleeping and she accosted him. Like it was
very uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable to watch. Yeah. It's weird because this film shares themes with the Hellraiser movies, and I love at least the first 4 Hellraiser movies, especially the first 2 Hellraiser movies. And whereas those movies sort of establish right from the get-go that, because those are about like expanding your experience or whatever. Right from the beginning of the first Hellraiser movie, or if you read the Hellbound Heart, the book, it's like the character they give you is this like pervert. So like right from the beginning of the film, it's established that the sexiness is part of this. So it's like you're never shocked. But in this movie, they sort of don't reveal that until
it was like a third of the way in. It's like we hear the sounds of screaming, and then they go into a room, and it's a homemade BDSM tape from the one character that's like dead.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, he was into some freaky stuff.
Yeah.
And then like we're like, okay, why are we talking about this?
Yeah.
And then like near the end of the film, the female lead is just all of a sudden like obsessed with this idea of being of BDSM, and she dresses in like a real, leather outfit that's there, and then molests a guy that's passed out, and it's like, what the fuck is happening?
I like how directly they tied BDSM to expanded experience of the mind. It's like this is profound.
Yeah,
like, this is what human experience is meant to be. Kinky leather and spanking. Like this is the extent of
the writers of this film. It's like, oh, you don't do your experience is so limited. Yeah.
You've never worn a ball gag. You rube. You absolute
uncultured swine.
Yeah, it's like Jesus. It's like that's the thing in Hellraiser. The one thing I like is the fact that it's like the people who, like in that movie, it's like you have a little box and you do the little box, and then hell priests come out and they do this crazy shit. And the people who fuck with the puzzle box, they think they know what expanded experience is gonna be. They're like, oh, they're gonna unlock all these things for me, and like in their heads, they're like, oh, it's gonna be BDSM but crazier. But then the hell priests get there and they're like, oh, you naive fool, like you don't, these experiences that you're about to, like, you can't conceive of the things that we're gonna do to you. So it's like, it's nice in that sense because they never overtly tell you what the hell priests do. It's like you're always just like, oh fuck, whatever they do, it's fucked up and it's something. But in this movie, yeah, it's like they get their pineal gland. The whole thing is like, if you unlock the 8th dimension or whatever dimension, your pineal gland gets stimulated, and then your pineal gland grows. And then for some reason, it's like, that directly makes you want to get into BDSM. But
only if you're a woman.
Oh yeah, well,
the other guy was already into it.
Oh yeah, I guess he was already into it. That's true. That's how he unlocked his interest in expanding his mind.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyways, the lady gets into it. And then the next step is your pineal gland gets so big that it sprouts out of your forehead. And then the next stage, so basically it goes, you get interested in expanding your mind. You build a machine that allows you to see 8th dimensional eels.
You get addicted to it.
Yeah, you like seeing the 8th dimensional eels so much that you keep coming back to check out the eels, and they nip at you and stuff. And then after you're the nipping, it's not doing it for you anymore. Then it's like, I need to be in BDSM now. BDSM is the next.
The machine is running itself.
Edward, it's running itself.
Lots of amazing lines in this film. You get into BDSM, that's the next step in human evolution is BDSM. So then you get into that and you get into spanking and stuff like that. And then that's not enough. And then your pineal gland grows so big that it sprouts out of your head. And then what is the next step in human experience? You need to consume the brains of other people.
Suck them out through the eye socket.
It's checking out sea life from the 8th dimension, BDSM, sucking brains out of people's eye sockets. This is how it goes. This is human experience.
One thing I loved about I don't care about spoiling the plot because it's like just watch this. This is a great.
It won't spoil the movie. No, you could know everything that happens,
and it would still be a surprise.
And it would not ruin the experience of this film at all.
No,
not at all.
So when they without any context, but our female lead, she's going to be trapped in the mental institution now. Ha! Then she escapes. And then she goes back to the house again to blow up, to destroy the lab. And somehow she has a bomb, like a legit, like with a timing device.
Like 8 sticks of dynamite strapped to a clock.
Yeah.
It was fucking crazy.
And she's a doctor also. She's not like a military person.
An impressive doctor who's written many books.
Yes. who somehow also has access and knowledge on how to build and source a legit
it's very
bomb.
comfortable with
Yeah.
an aggressive explosive. Like, you could mine with that thing. Like,
Yeah. And then I also just loved like the time dilation that happens at the end where it's like 30 seconds and then like 3 minutes pass. It's like 5 seconds has passed on the timer.
It's
It's
like,
like, what the fuck? And then she just like all this crazy shit happens with the weird creature thing, and then she just dives out the attic window.
Oh yeah, and the last second, that was incredible. Yeah,
yeah.
and just busts her knee the fuck open when she jumps out the window. Holy
Yeah, her,
shit, did she fuck
her
up her knee.
tibia comes out of
But,
her
like,
fucking shin.
Just
and-
to maybe make this a little more coherent. So basically, brief summary of the plot of this film. Guy lives in millionaire's house. Millionaire is obsessed with expanding his mind. So they built this machine which allows them to see 8th dimensional eels. And the millionaire guy is like, the servant, the employee, he's like, I figured it out. We can do more 8th dimensional eels. Come see. And so the millionaire goes up and he's checking out the 8th dimensional eels. And then the guy's like, we need to turn this off. Like, we're seeing too much shit. This is no good. The millionaire's like, no, keep it on. I love it. I love the 8th dimensional eels.
it's weirdly sexual there too. He's like, I love the feeling
Very
of
like
it. Yeah.
Mel Gibson in South Park. My nipples, they hurt when I twist them.
My nipples, they hurt. They hurt when I twist them.
Like,
Yes.
it's like very like that, very that kind of energy. And anyway, so then the guy's like, I'll leave the machine on. And then he's like, no, I'm going to shut it off. So he tries to shut the machine off. Then it's, the machine is running itself. Oh God, something is keeping it on. And then some off-screen creature that we never actually see devours his head. I guess we kind of see it. It devours the millionaire's head, and boom, that's the beginning. That's the inciting incident. And then guys in mental hospital, they're like, you're insane. You keep talking about 8th dimensional eels and shit. And then he's like, no, this is real. We need to destroy the machine. And then this very famous doctor who's, I guess, involved with pineal glands and schizophrenia. I think her dad died of schizophrenia or something like that.
Yeah.
And anyway, so she talks to him. She's like, I believe you. Like, we're
We're gonna
get them
recreate the experiment.
Yeah, I'm gonna get them to give you, like, let you into my custody. We're gonna bring a random cop, and you, me, and the random cop are gonna go to the house. We're gonna turn the machine on. I'm gonna see the 8th dimensional eels, and then when I see the 8th dimensional eels, I can tell everybody you're not crazy. Boom, that's it. That's all we're doing, baby. So they go to the house. They turn the machine on. They see the 8th dimensional eels.
Plus,
baby.
weird guy doctor we think is dead.
Yeah, he comes back, the millionaire, like the
millionaire.
whatever, the guy who owns I don't know if he's a millionaire, but he owns the house or whatever. He's the guy who funded the experiment. They see him, but he's alive somehow, and he has hairy shoulders. He's fucking weird looking, and he's naked. And then they're like, this is too disturbing. So then they turn the machine off. And then they're like, okay, we saw the thing. We did the experiment. We know that he's not crazy or whatever. But then the woman's like, no, we need to go back.
Well, she said it as if it's an obvious. Once you do an experiment, you have to repeat it.
Yeah,
immediately.
you must. It's like, yeah, I agree. Like, if we're looking at like pumice and like obsidian, and we're trying to tell what type of volcanic rock we're looking at, then yeah, we'll look at the telescope again. If you go into the 8th dimension and little eels are nipping at you, weird 8th dimensional eels, that's it. That's as far as you go. Who knows what other weird sea life is gonna come fuck you up. Anyways, so then she's so mad at them because they're like, you're fucking insane. No, we're not going back into the whatever dimension and turning that shit on. And then she gets mad. She goes and she turns the machine on again. She gets sexually accosted by the millionaire guy who's now a 8th dimensional being. They turn the machine off again or whatever.
They cut the power. They like
They
rip the power
out because whatever, that doesn't work because something keeps turning the electricity on the machine on again. Anyway, so they do battle with the forces of the 8th dimension. They become infected. Their pineal glands grow so big the proboscis come out of their fucking heads. And our protagonist starts eating. That was also, I gotta talk about the protagonist in this film is wild. Like, he goes from being like, you're
fairly normal guy.
Yeah, you feel bad for him because he's seen all this fucked up shit and he's so disturbed by it. But then, like, the chick sees the same shit that he saw.
And she gets turned on.
Yeah, she doesn't give a fuck. She's like, this is awesome. I don't know why you're so upset by this stuff. And then, so he gets even more upset. He then sprouts the proboscis from his head, and then he becomes like a full-on, almost like a villain, like a vampire type. He can't control himself. He needs to eat brains, and you're like, And it's actually, I found that to be kind of chilling. Him sucking brains out of people's out of eye sockets.
Like, literally.
I was like, that shit is fucked up, and I don't like thinking about it, or that's a visceral, visceral thing. And the proboscis that comes out of his head is also like fucked up. His eyes like roll in the back of his head when he's looking around with it. Anyway, so then they go back to the house. And then they're like trying to turn them. They want to destroy the machine. She wants to blow it up, and the machine turns itself on again. Then the millionaire guy, who's now an 8th dimensional being, who's also a sex pervert.
Yeah.
He's like, you stay away from this woman, so I'm gonna lead you out of the room. So he's like trying to bait him, and it's this weird scene where it's like a multi-floor stairs, and then he keeps stopping at the intersections of the stairs, and he's like, "Ha come get me!"
And then he's at the bottom, he's like, "Ha and then he's like, "Gotcha!" And he bites his head off.
Yeah, and then the
like 2
being
seconds.
just bites his head off, and then our protagonist just dies.
And then we cut to the timer, and it's like 5 seconds has passed.
Yeah, it's like
on the timer.
Wow, what an unceremonious death for the main character of this film. Like that was crazy. Like whatever. And then they just don't bring it up again. He doesn't come up again. I mean, it's the end of the movie, but like nothing. It's just like his head gets twisted the fuck off, and then he is never brought up or shown again.
No.
Then we switch perspectives to our pervert chick who molested our protagonist earlier in the film. And then she sets the bomb off. She dives in the last second.
And then basically it ends with like the crowd of people. They see the bomb go off. They come to check the house out.
Yeah.
And then she's fully lost her mind.
Yeah.
She's laughing and screaming and they're like, "Oh, we'll take you to the hospital." And she's like, laughing, screaming.
What did she say? It ate him?
It ate him.
Or something?
She did her best Simple Jack impression.
Yeah.
It ate him.
You make me happy.
And then Finn.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, I feel like my description was also kind of balls to the wall. It's not anywhere near as balls to the wall the actual film
Especially
itself is.
It's balls to the walls without visuals.
Yeah.
That's the story is that.
Just describing
plus crazy visuals to go with it.
We briefly listened to like the first 5 minutes of the original. So this is based on H.P. Lovecraft. We said that in the intro. It's based on H.P. Lovecraft short story. So we listened to the first like 5 minutes of it, and then we kind of skipped to the end of it. We didn't have quite enough time to listen to the whole thing. But it's just like it's like they kind of took the what did I say? It's kind of like Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds movie where
they
it's
took
like
a kernel of the idea.
They take like the incident, like what is the setting. Kind of. In War of the Worlds, they set it in modern times, but they're still like, it's tripods, it's all that shit. But then the actual events of the film don't really follow the events of the book too closely, or the characters don't really reflect each other. Like, Tom Cruise is nothing like the main character from the War of the Worlds novel. And, like, similarly with this, they take the idea where it's like a man creates a machine with which he can see these 8th dimensional, I keep calling them 8th dimensional beings, I don't know, they're extra dimensional or something beings. And then it's about the horrors of like, wow, you've expanded your perception. Like, what are the implications of that? And like the novel, just from the little bit we listened and gathered, it's like, oh, it's quite good at setting a tone and like, oh, this is freaky to think about.
Well, it's also like a 20-minute audiobook, so it's like a novella or a short story.
100%.
Too.
But it's still, it's like it kind of makes you wonder what would a movie look like if they took that and they tried to match that tone in a feature film format rather than go
like I imagine
so gaudy and balls to the wall.
Like if it was more in the style of like the Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein.
Yeah, totally.
Like that, I imagine it would be similar
or like
in tone.
It's like how many horror movies have we watched? Like some of our favorite ones, like Daddy's Head, Bring Her Back. They're like, in terms of their plot and what happens in the plot, it's very simple. Like not a ton goes on, and that's why they're good, because you can get invested in the few events there are, and then there's tension and tone and all that. This movie, so much shit happens in this movie that probably didn't need to. That's the thing is like, but I'm describing a different film. Like if I try to interject common criticism to this movie, it would just not be the same movie remotely at all.
No, this movie is good in the ways that Leprechaun 4 in space. I think that's a good comparison. It's good in the same ways where it's like, is it good? Is it like a quality film? Probably not.
No.
Is it entertaining?
Very.
And
it does have some chilling stuff.
It's got some weird, chilling, fucked up, however you want to phrase it.
Like it did a better job of getting under my skin in certain parts than Black Phone 2 did ever.
Oh,
like,
big time.
Like,
yeah.
And it was like, that's something. That's pretty good. Like I don't know. That's the thing. If you enjoy films like we were talking about this before, Herbert West Reanimator, or if you enjoyed Color Out of Space, the Nicolas Cage one that came out recently, I think you would fucking really get a kick out of this movie, because it is very much in that like weird. It's like a subgenre we were talking about. Like H.P. Lovecraft films have this subgenre where it's like take the Lovecraft shit and then make it insane. Like,
yeah.
And I don't know when that arose or what the first example of that is, but I'm going to be more attentive to it now when we watch H.P. Lovecraft adaptations in the future, because it's for sure its own little subgenre within that category or whatever.
So that being said, where do we want to score this one?
Yeah, we got to figure that out. I honestly think I could probably give it up to like a 70% because like I found it that entertaining.
So we're looking at like 11 or 11 and a half.
Yeah, is that where we're at? 70%?
Would be like 10, between 10 and 11 and a half.
Let's see what if your mathematics skills maintain. 70% of 13. Yeah, I don't need to know how you did it. 9.
Okay, so I'm a little high on that. So yeah, like a 9.5.
9.5. Yeah, let's give it a 9.5. I like that.
I think, especially in the context of this season, because at least all the criticisms you might have of it, at least it was different, unique. It was entertaining.
I think we enjoyed ourselves.
Yeah.
Which is like, for a lot of the other movies, we can't say that.
Nope.
Which is like, I think it needs to...
We laughed our way through it. There was lots of funny... As much like chilling, fucked up stuff, there's also some great humorous points.
100%.
So.
Yeah. And I'll say this for the performances too. Very sincere. Like, they had a ridiculous fucking script. Like, I can't imagine reading that script and be like, I gotta make this shit work. And they sold it.
I would say they sold it. Yeah. It also helps, I think, that it's got the 80s thing going for it, 100%, too. 100%, yeah. Like, I don't think I could have taken it remotely seriously in any way if it was from any other era. Yeah. But because it has the 80s thing, it's like Lost Boys.
There's a sincerity.
Cheesy and whatever, but like, it has a charm and a sincerity to it because of the era.
Yep. And there are like genuinely some of the practical effects are like cool and good. And like, like stuff I haven't really seen before. Like the fucking 8th dimensional eels. Very neat. Like them eels. Very cool. Would like to see more of them. Bring them back in some picture. I want more 8th dimensional sea creatures.
Shall we spin the wheel?
Yes, let's spin the wheel. See what we will watch next time. Yeah. God, this thing. Just a weird amount of weight.
We need the ghouls to make us a new fucking wheel.
Okay, wait. I'm going to back this thing up so that maybe it's a little easier to see. Is that more in a little bit better? Okay. We'll do that. And then I got to turn the little lights on. Lights are on. Alrighty, and we're going to spin the wheel. Where shall it land? And...
The Mothman Prophecy.
Hell yeah, Richard Gere. Let's fucking go. Fuck, I've been excited for this
Gere,
one.
yeah. This will be a good one. From
that's 2002?
2002, yeah.
2002. Okay,
So we're going from Lovecraft to Mothman. I like it.
Thank you very much for tuning in to this episode of the Infernal Arc. Do you have any other thoughts, Andrew? Sorry.
No, I'm excited for the Mothman.
Thank you for tuning into this episode of the Infernal Archive, and we will catch you next time where we watch the Mothman Prophecies. Prophecies from 2002.
That's all, folks.
That was a good one.